Hey guys, how's it going today? It is Wednesday and it is project video for weekly Wednesday video, and it is a great day today. It is cloudy out and it is pretty moderately temperate, and we've got just a little bit of a breeze. If you can see, my hair is kind of moving around just a little bit today, and this is the perfect weather to be hardening off seedlings, and it is a lot of work actually trugging plants in and out. I don't have all of the plants out here today, but I did want to talk a little bit about hardening off plants and show you a little bit of what I have. So a few of the ways that you can do this is you can do it over a longer period of time, where you put them out for just a few minutes at a day at a time, so maybe 20-30 minutes, and then gradually increase regardless of what the temperature is or how much sun you have. And that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is you can take a cloudy day like today and put them out for a longer period of time and just leave them there, so that way they get used to the temperature change, the wind, the weather, and whatever else happens that day. So that's what I like to do, because I don't like taking them in and out over and over and over again. So I look for cloudy days, then kind of having a stretch in a row, and then leaving them out for a long period of time. So today is perfect, and tomorrow we're supposed to have a lot of rain, and I'm not going to be able to check on them because I have to work, so they're going to stay inside. But then Friday is going to be pretty cloudy, supposed to be, and then so is Saturday. So I'm going to have another couple really good days to get them hardened off and then ready to go, because some of these are actually going to new homes. So let me turn the camera around and show you what I have that is going out and what is being hardened. Okay, so some of these things you should recognize if you either have watched some of my videos already or you have been on my Instagram. So I'm going to give you kind of a pan, and then we're going to walk through what is what and kind of some of the things that are going on out here. So the first thing that you're going to see is these, which are my little Tom Thumb peas. This is kind of an update, and I just watered them. They got a little dry today. The terracotta does dry out just a little bit quicker than a plastic pot, so just keep that in mind. If you have something that's outside, you do have to watch the water on a little bit better, but it does allow the roots to breathe better. So it's one benefit of it. But they are getting really good size, guys. They're about 3.5 to 4 inches tall, and they're getting some little tendrils on them. So they're doing really well. They're taking sun really well too, and that's really encouraging. So some of them are really stocky and doing pretty well. I think what I might do to just make sure that I don't get any sort of sickness on them is come back in and maybe get some plastic forks and then kind of stake these ones up, these couple that are starting to kind of lean, and then make sure that they are standing the way that they're supposed to. So in this back long box back here, as I have Auguste, I think is how you say it, and I have 3 different varieties. So I have, if you see the ones that have kind of the purple underside, that is Heather, Texas Heather Mint. And then the ones over here are Rose Mint, and then these little short stubby ones are Navajo. So one of the things I have noticed with this particular plant and the different varieties is the Rose Mint is definitely the most voracious grower. The Heather the Texas Queen is kind of a second, and then the Navajo is just not keeping up. It is really struggling. It's kind of the little tiny ones here in the middle. So I don't know if that'll change through the summer, if maybe once it gets more sun, more heat, if that will adjust. So we'll see. But I have noticed that the more sun that the Texas Queen, the Heather, gets, the more purple the undersides are. So that's something that's kind of cool to keep in mind. But the Rose Mint definitely has the strongest fragrance, which is really nice. So as we back up, then we've got tomatoes and peppers. So these guys right here are the dwarf tomatoes that you probably saw from previously that I got from the Shindig. They're doing really well. They need to be transplanted, but they are staying really healthy. I'm excited about that. And then I've got Mystery Tomato from the Shindig right here, and I have this one right here is another Mystery Tomato from the Shindig. Not sure what either one of those are, but I know one of them does a green tomato and the other one I think does a red beefsteak, but I'm not sure what they are exactly. And then I've got this one is a cherry, and then this is a cherry right here. This is a cherry, and this one is a cherry. And all of those are the Napa Chardonnay cherry tomatoes, the white ones. And they're doing really, really well. They're all varying sizes. I'm not sure why they're varying so much. This one, you can tell, has already been transplanted into a bigger cup. And then all of the tomatoes are going to be transplanted into these bigger 32-ounce cups. And this one was transplanted about a week ago, so I wanted to show you kind of the difference in the transplants of tomatoes. So this was transplanted up to this stem right here, that bottom stem. And he was about the size of this guy when he was transplanted. So you can see just how much of a difference that makes as far as foliage goes, because this guy, once he sits all the way down in there, is significantly shorter, because this is planted all the way down to the bottom of the cup, and he is about 4 inches taller than this one. So definitely giving him a lot stronger start. So all the rest of the cherries and the other tomatoes are going to get planted into deeper cups here this week, except for the ones that are going to new homes, because they're going to go into the ground here probably this weekend anyway. Down here, this is an Orozco Pollo pepper. This one I am keeping, and he's going to get transplanted into a bigger cup too, to try and give him a better start before he gets into a bigger container. And then these two are also Orozco Pollo peppers, and they are going to a new home. These are going to my brother because he asked for them, but they look really good. They've got a lot of really beautiful color on them, really, really healthy. And I'm expecting as soon as it warms up and they get into their beds, because they're going to live in raised beds, that they will be really just shooting up really quickly. So this is one of my Brazilian starfish peppers, and he's even put on new leaves since the video from this weekend. And he is actually going to get the top trimmed off of him this week after he gets transplanted into a bigger tall cup, so then that way he will bush out a little bit more. I'm kind of on the fence. I'm only going to keep one of them, but I'm thinking I might give this one to my brother, just trim the top and give it to him, so then that way he has a really strong bushy plant, because I'm not really ready to plant my peppers yet. I want it to be a little bit warmer, but he's going to pop them in the ground probably this weekend or next, but he's going to get them from me here really quickly. So but he's definitely going to get the top trimmed off of him so he gets a really good strong stem. And then over here we have more. So I have 3 Brad's Atomic Grape tomatoes that I started from seed, and I just transplanted them into extra pots that I had hanging around that I washed. And I'm keeping 1, and then 2 are going to my brother. And I'm going to make sure that he knows to go ahead and plant them right up to the very top root. So, because they are a little leggy right now, but that's okay, because all of this will become root once it gets planted. But they're really, really healthy. They're looking really, really good. I haven't got any blossoms on them yet, so that's a really good sign that they are where they should be. And they're about a foot tall right now, so they're perfect for where they should be for our particular zone from seed starts. These started in February, and they're looking really great. I'm really, really happy with them. And then down below, this is the other Brazilian starfish pepper, and he has shot up really quickly from being separated from his buddy. He's put on new leaves since just Saturday, and he's doing really great. This is Portulaca, and it's going to go into its own pot. It's going to get split up and kind of separated out here this week or the weekend. And then in the back, this is Gaillardia. Same thing with that one. You probably saw that already this weekend. And then the same thing with this here. Actually, one of those is Calendula. This one, that's Gaillardia, and then that one's Calendula. And the same thing for both of those. And then these are white blackberries, and those are the ones that I started from bare root. They got shipped to me bare root, and it was really cold when they arrived. So this one's doing really well. This one's really, really healthy. This one is kind of struggling, and everything that I read said people had kind of a 25% success rate with these shipping to them, which I think doing 50% success rate is doing pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and probably pot them both up into a new container together and see what happens, because they're kind of slow growers. They put on a little bit of new growth, at least this one has, but not a whole lot. So that is what I have that's hardening off as of right now out here today, and from what I've started from seed. So that's what I have for you today, guys, is just an update. We're just watching plants and making sure that they don't drown with too much rain, and that they don't break off stems with too much wind out here on my deck, because it does get kind of breezy out here. But I want to make sure that they have strong stems and that they're really healthy and that they're going to be able to withstand the elements out here, especially with our Midwestern summers. We get a lot of extreme weather. We've already had a number of tornado watches. We've had some tornado warnings in the area. So just part of living in zone 5/zone 6. So anyway, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful week, and if you have anything that you want to see here in the future, then please drop me a comment. I'm going to have a lot of planting going on, probably getting some soil amending done, and also getting some direct sowing here this weekend, because it's supposed to be really nice, and all of the forecast is saying that it's going to be up into the upper 50s and 60s here for the very foreseeable future. So if that's something that you're interested in seeing, then drop me a comment, let me know. I'd be happy to do a video and show you what I'm planting, what I'm working on, and how I amend my containers so that way I'm ready for the next season. So I hope you all have a wonderful day and enjoy your week. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye.